Hey guys, Tarke here. It's my first update of Harvest League. I'm just gonna kind of like talk through my character, run a map, talk about some garden stuff, talk about what I want to do. But yeah, I'm level 85, slowly unlocking my Atlas out, doing Conquerors, filling in missing maps, just kind of getting into yellows. And yeah, let's talk about the build, let's talk about the league. I'll sort of talk about the build and then I'll talk about the league. Yeah, it's been really smooth. Not the fastest map clear, but it works. Single target's been solid. Defense has been really well rounded. Now I've said that, I'll die. But yeah, just to recap, in case you haven't already seen my video, and I have got a video up on this character already. I have block cap, spell block cap. I'm just under 5k life, but that's because I'm missing a bunch of life nodes, and my gear is actually pretty subpar. I'll get into that later. I've got loads of positive chaos res. I'm about to pick up the Purity of Flesh cluster on the tree for another 20% life. I think they buffed it. I think it's like 22% life right now. But yeah, 20-ish% life and 20 chaos res. So I'm going to be at like positive 30 chaos or something stupid. Yeah, it's just been a really smooth character. So let's talk about the league. The league is cool. I like the league a lot. It's a lot more involved than I was expecting. GGG sold it as kind of like, oh, it's fine, guys. Like, you don't need to concentrate that much. It just kind of like plays itself for you. Yeah, there'll be some min-max, the people who play like a lot of these gardening games, but generally, you know, it's just a pretty straightforward, you know, league mechanic. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So it'll be pretty straightforward. I'll get some seeds, I'll plant the seeds, and there'll be no thinking about it. You have to think a little bit. Like, it's not super complex, but you do need to like understand the core systems. And if you're struggling to get your head around the core systems, Ziggy D's put out a really good guide. Badger, if you YouTube Badger PoE, he's done a pretty nice little video on it as well. I think Badger goes into, I think Ziggy goes into like more depth on it mechanically, but then Badger goes into more depth on how to actually set up your garden. So I'd recommend watching both. But yeah, the main complexity comes into deciding how you want your garden to be set up, and the issue I'm having is how to have your garden set up in a way that's aesthetically pleasing. And now we're going to go into Tarke rants about the garden for a bit. So I love the crafting mechanic. I've been able to make some cool items. I haven't had anything like too crazy, but I got a pair of nice +1 fire ones early on while leveling, which carried me through until I got my Syrup shards. And since then, I've mostly just been getting a lot of like 5-link crafts. So I've gotten 4 5-link crafts. But yeah, I got like 5-link craft for my Syrup shards, 5-link craft for this chest piece, which is really nice. I got a 5-link Shroud of the Lightless, and then I randomly 5-linked a Tempest Bow, because why not? So now let's do the, this is a really great league mechanic, but these are nitpicks, which aren't really nitpicks, because actually this impacts how the mechanic works quite a lot. Who bloody designed this thing? The way that the garden has been designed is being it feels as if they've purposely done it to mess with people trying to make stuff look nice or feel efficient. So you've got lots of little raised terraces. You can't build on the stairs. If these were ramps, we could build on them, but they've made them stone stairs, so we can't build on them, which is really frustrating. There's very few actual square spaces. You can see like this bit is narrower than this bit's wide. There's lots of little bits missing. So it's very hard to just like make a clean row or a clean square, which makes the whole thing very kind of frustrating. And that's where my issue comes in, because I want to reset my entire garden to make it aesthetically pleasing. But anyway, I'll explain what I've got with my garden so far. I wanted a garden where I didn't really need to think, a sort of a garden that kind of just played itself. So to do that, I've got 3 farms. Well, I've technically got 6, but anyway. So at this bottom bit here, this is my yellow farm, and I've got 2 yellow cultivators linked with a bunch of pylons to a bunch of storage tanks, and then those pylons route out and they connect everything else together, but I'll get to that later. Here I've got my 2 blue farms linked to a bunch of pylons, linked to a bunch of storage connectors, which then links out, and I'll get to that later. And then here I've got 2 purple farms linked to pylons, linked to storage, which then links out, which we'll get to now. So this is where I just also dump my tier 1 seeds. I press the button, I don't think about it, they fill up, I knock them out, good to go. I then collect tier 2 seeds. So this is my blue tier 2 farm, but I've turned everything off because I've just turned it all off. And what I did is I've gone blue with a purple disperser, which shoots out the purple juice. This shoots out the yellow juice, because these seeds will need either purple juice or yellow juice. One of these needs yellow. Yellow juice to grow, and then they require other seeds around them. So the idea is that all my tier 2 blue seeds I dump in the middle here. Doesn't matter where I put it, because these juice dispensers cover both sides, and they'll just kind of grow amongst themselves. Then I've got the same thing up here, but with yellow, and this time's got a blue one and a purple one. And then over here is my purple one, which has got a yellow and a blue. So you can see that a lot of these are like near ticking, ready to pop and whatever. There's just lots of wires all over the place. So what I want, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, and I'll probably work it out tomorrow maybe when I'm more awake and I'll get like pen and paper out, is I want to have like a neat row of like my tier 1 blues, my tier 1 purples, my tier 1 yellows, and then like a grid. I might have to do lots of like 90-degree angles, and like a neat grid of pylons linking off the storage containers, linking off the tier 2 farm, tier 2 farm, tier 2 farm. So I've been stockpiling pylons. So I've bought 170 pylons, and I've got like 40 or 50 pylons already out. So at some point, I'm going to have like a proper like full cable management grid. And it's going to be really intense. But I'm hoping that if I sit down and really think about it, I'll be able to make something which is efficient and aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping that in the time it takes me to like get all my resources together, someone will make like the ultimate guide, and then all I need to do is then warp the ultimate guide to make sense visually. But yeah, why is there this? Like, what does this achieve? We can't, it's just there. Like, can we bulldoze? That's what I want. I would actually genuinely really like us to have a sink of life force to terraform this fucking platform and make it flat, because there is no reason for this to be here. Also, it annoys me to no end that the waypoint is in the relatively middle of the zone, but has a set like walk down. The fact that it's got this barrier on the top is like, oh, just give me a square. Or if you're gonna do terraces, give me actual terraces. So I've got a clean terrace garden with 3 rows, and I can go blue, yellow, purp. I don't know. I like the League a lot. I love the League, and I realize that this is the dumbest thing. This is like complaining that the color of the bestiary window is wrong, or the font. But this actually really matters, because this is a really fun League mechanic, and I think people will really enjoy it, but they'll get caught up in all this rubbish. So anyway, I'm Tarke. Terraform this bloody sacred grove, by the way. Have a good day. Let me know if you've got any good ideas for setting up gardens or cremation characters, by the way. Bye-bye.